Let me tell you a little story. In 2009, a man named Rob Walker wanted to find out how powerful storytelling can be. So he went onto eBay and bought objects where each object was $1. So at the end, he ended up buying 200 objects. He called 200 authors to take part of a very nice experience trying to find out how powerful storytelling can be. So these 200 authors were writing a story for each object. Afterwards, he went back to eBay and tried to sell these objects with a story behind. So the average amount of dollars he paid beforehand was $129 for all of the objects. So what do you think? How much money did he get selling these objects with a story? He got $8,000 at the end. Today we have a little jump into the art of storytelling. And storytelling is not only about selling any kind of objects for more money afterwards, but it's also about selling yourself. It's about selling your own story, and it's about selling your presentation in a better way. Oftentimes in speeches you hear or you give, there's a point where it becomes a little boring because of a specific topic. But it does not end there. Also, interacting with friends, you may sometimes feel that your story is not valued or people feel not as engaged as you want them to. There is why we today have a little jump into 4 key factors of storytelling. So I want you to start the story as engaging as possible. For example, say something like, today I tell you why I got into hospital because of a kiwi.
Oh yeah, kiwi!
How did you end up in hospital?
I put it in my butt. Secondly, take what you're already doing and nudge it up. By that I don't mean to be like an artist or to be like a movie star and go as far as you can, but go to the line where you feel a little uncomfortable how you are acting. Be very loud in situations where it becomes very intense in the story, and be very calm in your voice when the story is silent. Or be very, very fast when the story is going to be more and more engaging. As a third point, convey your emotions. By that I want you to have the listener feel the way you feel or the narrative feel. So there are 2 ways to do that perfectly. Firstly, you can do it by bringing yourself in the emotional state of the story you're telling. So if the story is at a sad place, just to feel the sadness in yourself, and you will see that your body language and everything around will also kind of portray a sad story. Or when you're thinking about a very, very happy thing that happened in the story, you will see that you start smiling and people will feel even more engaged with what you're telling them. Secondly, try to bring as much details and as much precise information you are telling to the audience. Tell how you felt during the specific time. Tell how the sky looked, how amazing it was, and try to bring as many details to the audience. Last but not least, every story needs a mystery. By that I mean you're going to raise questions and you're going to answer questions. And for every question you're going to answer, and you're not at the end of the story, you're going to raise a new question. Now to the challenge. With this video, we'll upload in this group 4 pictures on which every picture there will be 3 objects or words or personalities. So your challenge is to create a story from the scratch that goes over 5 minutes. We have 3 different levels to basically give the story. Level number 1 is to tell the story to the person in the mirror that is in front of you and try to make the story as engaging as possible. Level number 2 is to record yourself on a video or voice message and send the story into this group chat, which would be amazing to see what kind of stories you end up with. And number 3 is to call a friend or your parents and try to tell the story to the person for 5 to 7 minutes and make it as engaging as possible so that person really wants to hear what happened with your story. So I'm very much looking forward to hear all of your stories and see you soon.